Hey, what's going on, guys? In a different location than normal. Sorry for a little bit of a shaky cam, but I wanted to talk to you guys about what's going on. So I recently had a subscriber who asked, how do I source material for my store? How do I source inventory for my store, specifically for TCGplayer Direct? This deal came up, so I thought I would talk a little bit about that because I am going on an overnight drive to pick up quite a big collection. So we're going to talk about that in this video.
Early in my growth as a seller, I would scour Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, eBay, shopgoodwill.com, and various other websites for people trying to sell bulk collections. And I still do on occasion for more obscure things like Flesh and Blood, or if I'm trying to get into something new like Weisschwartz or Cardfight Vanguard or something like that. And if I see something interesting in Magic or Pokemon, I'll still message somebody. But at this point in the business, it's time to scale that up a bit. But it is a bit difficult to scale up just me actively looking on websites. I had thought about trying to set up automatic alert notifications for different searches on things, but it still seemed like either that would be too narrow and I would miss a lot of the things I was actually looking for, or it would be too broad and I would be catching too much and still spending all this time discarding a bunch of different things. So now I'm trying to set myself up so that the business comes to me rather than me actively looking for collections to purchase. What that means is that I post a fixed price that I'm willing to pay, and then people who are interested will contact me if they have a collection that they would be willing to receive that price for. So we use social media marketing. The idea is this. So my goal is to have more people want to sell me their bulk collections. In order to do so, I need two things to exist. One, I need there to exist a way for people to sell me their bulk collections, i.e. some type of means for that transaction to take place. And two, I need people to be aware that this means exists, and also in a manner that doesn't annoy them or keep them from wanting to sell to me. The way to do that, without coming across as too desperate or salesy, is to become part of the community. You see, buying bulk collections isn't my real goal. I'm not after the cards for the sake of having the cards, or even for the sake of selling the cards. What I want is to get others to realize that bulk cards aren't trash, that every card has value, and simply a part of doing that is becoming an institution that provides liquidity to the community for bulk cards, that establishes a floor for the monetary value of the cards. And part of that is being available to buy people's bulk collections. To become a part of this community, or any community, there's a relatively simple method, in theory, but it requires a great deal of discipline and mindfulness to do effectively. The method is create content around your topic or your niche for social media, interact with others who are creating that similar content or consuming your content, i.e. people like you, dear viewer, and then simply provide expectationless value. Expectationless value means giving information, strategies, entertainment without the expectation that you're going to be getting anything in return back from those people who consume it. And then also you have to make sure that people who are interested in what you're doing can find their way back to you so that if they do have business they want to provide you, they can. For instance, I want people to sell me bulk collections, but I'm not going to tell people that if they watch my videos, they ought to sell to me. I'm not even going to ask people to sell to me. And I'm not going to bash or tear down or anything like that any of the dozens of other places that people could sell. I'm just going to explain what I'm doing, what you could be doing. Maybe we can have some fun together, interact, talk about stuff that we like. Oh, and by the way, if you want to sell bulk cards to me, here's how you can do it. Remember, if your audience likes you, they can provide more reasons to do business with you than you ever can. So I have my website, TCG Bulk King, set up as kind of a hub for some of my longer form content. Whenever I post a new YouTube video, it goes on there. And I have a blog that I run on there, though I really should be more active on that. as well as being a location for some of the more durable free value that I provide, such as the bulk buy list comparison page. I've also set up accounts with many of the social media platforms, and I'm interacting in the communities on those. And the idea is that by doing so, there will be people who want to bring their business to me, and there's very little in the way of them doing so. That's the idea anyway. It's very much in its infancy, but it has proven effective so far. I've had 3 buy lists submitted to me already. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Chris. And a few others have reached out as well. And then there's this. So a store who wished to remain anonymous reached out to me. They have a lot of bulk Magic cards and wanted to know if I wanted to purchase some or all of it. I told them I could get 100,000 cards now and hope to get more in the future. And shipping that many cards was pretty high, so I opted to drive to their location to pick it up, which entailed an overnight trip for me. I chose to do that mainly because it wasn't a one-time transaction. It was the first and hopefully a fruitful long-term relationship with this dedicated supplier. If I can knock through this 100,000 card collection relatively quickly, and they can keep feeding me at this price point, then we have a lot of potential to keep doing business together. So now I'm back home with the cards, and after a long weekend of travel and hotel bed sleeping, I'm a little worn out and tired, which is why it's taken me 3 takes to put this video out. And you can see I've got a lot of work ahead of me, but I don't have to worry about inventory for a while. So as a result of that, my bulk buy list is closed temporarily, but feel free to contact me at tcgbulkkings@gmail.com. We may be able to work something out before I'm ready to start openly purchasing collections again. If you like this content, want to hear more, if you have any questions or anything, please feel free to interact with me, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.